James Madison's writings. Or writings of James Madison. I'm not sure. It just says Madison writings. This is a Library of America book. So that means that all the dimensions are the same as with every Library of America book. Not the thickness, because that depends on how much material is in there. But all Library of America books have the same height and width here. They're all cloth bound in this very nice, I love the feel of it, this sort of tactile feel. And they have similar treatment on the spine. You can see that my spine has some damage to it, which is simply light damage. I don't put my books behind any kind of barrier to protect them. I've just resigned myself to knowing that they're gonna fail in that way. And, so be it. But the inside, the boards themselves, and then the inside, the paper, is just beautiful. That's because this is acid-free paper. It's Smith sewn. So you can see you can open it up without cracking the spine, and it's sewn in. These are books that are going to last hundreds of years. And they all come with a ribbon. So this is Madison. Oh, and this one comes with a slipcover, which has seen better days. But that's the thing. What happens to the slipcover doesn't happen to the book. Okay, so this is James Madison, the one of the founding fathers of the U.S. He was a president, but I don't know, in my mind, he's better known to me as one of the great architects of the U.S. Constitution, the father of the Constitution, which at the time was really a unique thing, a very special thing in the world. Since that time, I think we've seen some of its some of the things that could be easier. I think it could be easier to amend it, for example. The U.S. Constitution is so hard to amend as opposed to other constitutions. Anyway, but warts and all. But the point is that at the time anyway, it was really quite special, and it has endured longer than a lot of people might have expected. And Madison was a big part of that. So this is his writings. Excuse me. I probably should edit that out, but I probably won't. And so it includes all kinds of things like speeches and letters and the Federalist Papers that he wrote and all kinds of stuff. And it's sort of broken up into sections that make it easier for us, the reader. So the Revolution and Confederation, framing and ratifying the Constitution, which I was just talking about, where we have some of his speeches, some of his letters, but a lot of the Federalist Papers that he wrote, which, for those who don't know, were articles that appeared in newspapers that supported ratifying the Constitution. Once it was written, let's ratify it. That was his point. He and Hamilton wrote the majority of those. And so just a lot of letters. He said, Jefferson, and there's articles of letters and speeches, that kind of a thing. And then here we have the retirement. So there aren't any illustrations throughout. It's just packed very densely with content. And so the pages of Library of America books are not Bible thin, they're not tissue paper thin. I've never torn one, but they're not luxurious. They're relatively thin, and in doing so, they can pack in more than 900 pages of content in a book that, frankly, just feels like a 300-page book that I can carry around one-handed, even put in a pocket. They also all have a chronology at the end of the life of the person who's being treated. So we have, and it's relatively detailed. I mean, it's not a biography on its own, but look, there's a lot of explanation here. It's not like a bullet point, just sort of list of things that he did. It's actually pretty significant. And then there's the notes on the text. So the notes in Library of America books, they tell you the page and then the line. So page 434, lines 31 through 32, and then this gives some context. I really appreciate that, especially for books like this, where I'm no expert, and I don't know half the people that he mentions, who he's writing to, what he's referring to, some act or something. I have no idea what's going on, and I can come back here and refer to the notes. These notes are not mentioned in the page themselves. That is, let's say there's a note for page 571, line 3 or something. It doesn't say it here. So what I usually do is I put a ribbon back where the notes are, and then every once in a while I just go back and look at the notes and say, sort of, what did I miss? What kind of notes have I been missing as I've read through here? This edition also has a constitution, the complete constitution, including all the amendments up to date to the latest amendment in 92, 91, 92. Definitely should edit that out, but I definitely won't. Okay, so here we have it. It's a really nice, easy to hold collection of Madison's writings. Library of America does a great job. This is going to be a book that's going to last a long time. I don't know if my kids will keep my books or if their kids will keep my books, but we could be passing these books down for a long time. That's Madison's writings, a Library of America edition.